What's up, guys, and welcome to another Wrestle Druid video. This is Big Nash. We got a lot to talk about this week. It's going to be getting crazy going into next week is when we're going to do a lot of footage. I apologize to you guys, I'm not doing any informational video this week for Druids. I had a couple things lined up and then I realized, what's the point? We're not going to be really doing anything with these talents or specs anymore, so there's no reason to release any more material to you on this. So what I'm going to do is next week I'm going to hit the ground running. I'm going to go through and do a ton of stuff. I want to do a quick DS boss guide, new tips and tricks for the 5.04 patch. I want to go through, I'm going to give you Holy Priest video, I'm going to give you Wrestler Druid video, I'm going to give you Affliction Lock video. I'm going to go through all those things. I'm going to be live streaming a ton, trying to get all this footage that I need. If you want to come help me get footage, again, Unrated Kel'Thuzad, come on over. Message Xanthian, message the Disciple, that's my priest, or message Locked Down, that's my warlock. Either one, or just send me an in-game mail or a private message on here with your real ID and I'll add you. Be sure to game with you and it'll be fun. We can have any discussions you want. We've been having a great time on Vent during live streams, so make sure you go over and check out my live stream channel as well as twitch.tv / Big Nash Gaming. That's all you need to know. Next thing I wanted to go into was I'm going to try to do my first movie production. Okay, I want to get into editing a lot more. I really enjoy it. It's very fun for me. But I want to do a Savior of Azeroth video, so I'm still working on that. It's going to be a while before it comes out, but it's going to be kind of like my backside project. Whenever I'm bored and just kind of working on stuff, that's going to be it. So I'm still working on getting the rest of the footage I need to make that how I want it to be. But I think it's going to be really cool. I'm really excited to bring that to you guys, and that's kind of what I had to say about my movie thing that I'm doing. Lastly, I want to go over some patch details. Okay, we had the cinematic come out this week from Gamescom. It's absolutely unbelievable. If you haven't seen it yet, you're going to be really excited to play Miss once you go watch this video. So go ahead and go watch it. Go to Blizzard.com, go on YouTube, Miss Pandaria cinematic, it'll be the first thing that pops up. It's absolutely epic. It's about 3 minutes long. Such a good watch. Again, I've watched it so many more times than I probably should have, but it's really good. A couple other things that are going on with the patch. All of Valor and Conquest are going to be gone. The arena season will be done. Everything's going to be converted down to Justice and Honor. What that means is they haven't set a cap yet. So if go out and dungeon grind, go out and do all that grinding this week, get as many points as you can. Don't worry about spending them, because next week they'll all be normalized and you won't lose any of them. So if you were saving for heirlooms, if you were saving for anything, this is going to be your way to go get them. It's going to be a really nice way to do it. Any of those mounts from PvP too, if you have a ton of Justice points and Conquest points or anything just laying around, convert them to Honor and buy some of those PvP mounts. They're really cool mounts. I recommend doing that as well. If you are anything like me and like to do a little bit of mount collecting, that's a really cool thing to do. The last thing I wanted to talk about was questing. They released the XP that you're going to need to level. There's no way you're going to be able to dungeon grind to 90 without being extremely inefficient. The reason I say that is twofold. Right now in the beta, and I'm assuming they'll fix it, but the dungeons are not giving the XP that they should be, to the point where questing is so far and beyond better that you're going to want to quest. So make sure that you have your questing set. Make sure if you've got your PvP gear, make sure you've got your hit food. Make sure you've got everything ready to go that way, because not only that, 3 of the factions are Valor vendors for the new Valor point system. So you're going to need to be at least revered with the 3 of the factions in order to buy any of the new Valor gear. So what that means is, why not kill 2 birds with 1 stone? Quest your way up. Obviously do some dungeons when you want to take a break from questing. That's what I do. But for the most part, you're going to want to be able to quest. Especially, again, as we've had this discussion before, if you're going to be a Resto Druid, make your off-spec balance. Make sure that you're out getting some stuff. Again, opening night, there's going to be a ton of Horde around. There's going to be a ton of the opposite faction around. You're going to probably want some PvP gear. You're going to probably want to make sure you have a couple different sets of gear on you. Probably a bunch of food, a bunch of flasks, bunch of bag space. Make sure that you're ready to go, so when it drops you can stay out ahead of that curve. You want to stay with that initial front group. The greatest thing about leveling that opening night is if you can stay with the front group of levelers and not that huge chunk later, The huge chunk later isn't as concerned with getting to 90 as some of the others are going to be. Now, even though they're giving us a week, it might change it a little bit. But typically, that first chunk of guys are racing. They're racing to World first. They're racing to Realm first. They're racing for their guild to start raiding. They're racing for a lot of different things. They don't want to gank you. They don't want to waste the time. The time it takes them to gank you might be the difference between them getting Realm first and them not getting that achievement. And it's huge to some of these guys. There's a ton of people who go for it. So I recommend, if you're going to hit the ground running, make sure that you have everything ready to go so you do not have to go back to Stormwind or Ogremar. You're just going, okay? Make sure you have tons of bag space. Anything that you can get. If you can get a Traveler's Tundra Mouse so you can sell stuff on your way, do that. I mean, literally, guys, anything that you can do to give yourself this advantage is going to be huge, okay? The reason I say that, again, like, I just want to reiterate it, these guys at the beginning aren't looking to hurt you. It's the guys, if you wait till 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 hours the next day to start leveling, you're still going to have tons and tons of people at these opening zones. And these are the people who don't care, okay? These are the people who are going to gank you, who are going to find it fun, who are going to group up with all their buddies and go kill you. This is the group of people who will do that. That's why you want to stay ahead of that curve, or else you're going to end up dungeon grinding, you're going to hate your life, it's going to take you way longer, it's not going to be as fun, you're not going to enjoy the experience. And when a new expansion comes out, guys, the funnest part is the experience. So make sure that you're enjoying yourself, that you're going out and having a good time. And get ready for next week, because we're going to do tons and tons of footage. And again, please feel free to join me. It's been a lot of fun so far. The guild's growing really, really good. I'm really excited for everything that's happening. Hopefully I'll be wearing my shirts in the next video. So see you next week in the games.